Question 5. Should I take any dietary supplements? The answer to that is I would say yes if you can afford it. Always food is going to be better. The stuff that I probably would recommend, a multivitamin, just because people don't eat all the vegetables that they should be eating, including myself, including most trainers. And I know most trainers can agree with this. Some trainers I know that, they run off protein bars and protein shakes. So I know those guys don't, get the phytonutrients or micronutrients that they ought to be getting. And I know most people with their busy lives don't get the necessary micronutrients they should be getting. So I suggest everyone get on a multivitamin. Even if you do, eat a well-balanced diet where you're getting enough vegetables, I would say take a multivitamin every once in a while, probably once every other day or once a week. Not forgetting that some of those multivitamins are fat soluble, so your body can hold on to some of those some of those vitamins. So if you take it once a week, if you are eating enough vegetables and fruits, taking it once in a while is going to help make sure that if you are lacking some, your body can pick up whatever does it. And the good thing is too that if you took too much of it, or if your body already has some, all you're gonna do is just piss them out. So I never say no to multivitamin. Depending where you go, some multivitamins are really overpriced. I usually just go to Costco and get the generic brand because they come a lot. If you can get them at a supplement store at a discount, you could do that. But yeah, so multivitamin, I'd say a calcium. The reason for that is some people, especially if you're trying to lose weight, some people stop drinking milk. If you're not a really big almond milk drinker, you might be losing some in there. And what that does, the calcium, it's going to help harden your bones and keep your bones hard. If you're trying to gain muscle, it's really hard to gain muscle when you have weak bones, right? Older people and women especially are older people obviously, because as you get older your body starts losing that calcium that makes it strong, and they become weaker in the joints. Women are more prone to be osteoporotic, I don't know, however you say it, just meaning that they're more likely to have their bones thinning out. Women, I suggest taking an iron supplement just because women have that time of the month where they bleed for a couple of days, and that's where your body keeps most of its iron in the blood. So to keep you from losing that much iron, I would suggest, especially during that time, ladies, I would suggest taking an iron supplement to help put that iron back in your blood as you're bleeding. Creatine is the #1 studied supplement in the industry, so I would suggest even if you're not trying to gain muscle, I would suggest taking that, and you're gonna find in most supplements anyways. What that does, creatine carries a phosphate bond, and that phosphate creates energy, and it's like a whole thing. I don't want to bore you guys with it, but yes, it does help keep your muscles hydrated with water, so that's a plus. I don't know why a lot of people think that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. Keeps your muscles able to stay loose. The drier you are, the harder it's for your muscles to contract and release. So that's one of the benefits to it. The other thing, like I said, would be with the ATP and the whole energy process, and it allows you to be able to push out a little bit more weight. If you're exercising or if you're doing sprints for your cardio, it allows you to handle a little bit more heavier loads of that. Am I saying anything else? No, I think that's it. And then your whey protein, obviously. Benefit of whey protein over, let's say, chicken after a workout is that whey protein's already broken down to its simplest form. What that means is that proteins, just like carbs are made out of sugars, once your body eats a carb, it breaks it down into sugars for your body to be able to absorb it, right? Your body breaks down fats into triglycerides to be able to absorb them. Your body breaks down proteins into amino acids to be able to absorb them. So let's say you're eating, you're finished working out, and you have two options. You could either go for a shake or chicken. Obviously, like I said, chicken, real food's gonna be better, but I'd say after a workout, and this is my opinion, after a workout, the protein shake is gonna be the better option. The reason that is, after a workout, your muscles are fatigued and tired and tore down and everything, and that chicken's probably gonna take 6 hours to 3 hours for it to break down into the amino acids, for your body to absorb it. By that time, for some people, if you believe in the 30-minute window, you miss that 30-minute window by a long shot, right? But if you do like a protein shake, it's already broken down to the amino acids. So all you need to do is, shake it up, drink it, and then your body starts digesting it within 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the protein that you get. It's in your system, it's going into those muscles, and it's helping repair all the damage they did when you were working out. 6, what is my target heart rate? I would say your target heart rate should be, there's about like 3 heart rates, target heart rates. If you're trying to get into that phase, like I was saying, where your body, you're doing that workout like the sprints, and then after your sprints, your body starts burning calories after because of that time where you didn't have the energy. You'd want your heart rate to be anywhere from like 100 to about like 90 to 95%. If you're trying to be in the fat burning mode, you'd want to be anywhere from like 65 to 75%, and then 75 to 85 or 90 would be that training zone that I'd want to stay more close to, or that lower, the zone 3, which would be the 65 to 75%. So it just depends on what you're training for. If you're trying to do like weightlifting, if you're trying to put on muscle, I would say keep it closer to that 65 to 75. If you're trying to lose weight, keep it in the second one, the mid one. And then if you're trying to do that, those sprints where you're trying to, force your body to burn calories after, then stay on the higher one. The highest one, you don't want to be in there for that long. If you're doing like interval training, you can only stand there for about probably 2 or 3 minutes at a time at most. But for the bulk of your workout, you want to stay at that lower end. A low part of it, you want to be at the second part, and then for a little piece of it, you want to be at the high end where your body's burning that calories. But like I said, it just all depends on what you're training for. Obviously, if you're trying to gain muscle, you're not going to be trying to be at that higher end unless you're an endurance athlete. So a quick way to find out, like a estimate to find out what your max heart rate would be 220 minus your age, and that's going to give you about an estimate of what your max heart rate is. Okay. 7, what is the difference between free weights and machines? Free weights allows you more range of motion. You can do a lot more exercise with free weights. On machines, they're kind of fixed rate, so you can't really do much with them. You can only do what it's intended to do. It's a little bit harder to hurt yourself. So if you're a beginner, I would say start off on machines. As you get your balance, then you can move on to free weights. 8, why are my muscles so sore after working out? Or it could be like 3 days later, why are my muscles, I get like a text from one of my clients like, we hit legs 3 days ago and my legs are killing me today. Why? The explanation for that, it's going to be DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. So basically what happens during your workout, your muscle tissues or your muscle fibers, they basically break down. So if you could think of your muscle fibers being like this and like this, they start breaking up, micro tears. So you have little fibers that create bundles, and they create the whole muscle. So in those little fibers, you get rips, and your body creates lactic acid from the workout, from the energy that's being used. Lactic acid is the waste from the energy, right? So your body has all that going on. It's rebuilding, it's pushing all that lactic acid out. And that's what's going to be that burning or that soreness. and it usually takes about 72 hours for that to occur. It's like 24 to 72 hours to occur. So what I would say to that is make sure that you're walking around the house or walking around outside or jogging or something, and what that's going to do is that will get the blood circulating to your legs a little bit more, because that's where your body needs it more when you're jogging. And the blood's going to help get that lactic acid, that burning stuff, and it's going to drive it up and it's going to push it out through the waist. So instead of the lactic acid staying in your legs or staying in your arms or wherever, that blood's going to help push it through and help get it out of there, so you're not feeling that burn. Number 9, I think I skipped this one. On number 3, did I skip number 3? I think I skipped number 3. So this is 3 and 9. Number 3 was how to get a flat stomach, and number 9 is how to get rid of like this flab under my arms. So I get asked the flat stomach more than the flabby arms. Flabby arms, I usually just get asked that by females. The flat stomach, I get asked that by anyone. And my answer to that is you can't just spot reduce. Spot reducing means that you can't just like burn it off from one area, right? Because how awesome would that be to be like, oh well, I want to see my abs, so I'm just gonna do a bajillion crunches. No, so it doesn't work like that. Your body was gonna get the fat out of places where it can get it available from easier, right? So I would say the answer to that would be the answer to number 1. What is the best way to lose fat? And then that would be diet, cardio, exercise. So what's the best way to get a flat stomach? Diet, cardio, exercise. Exercising would be doing those ab workouts that's going to tighten it up. The exercise would be doing those arm exercises that's going to tone up the arms. And by having those muscles toned up and get bigger, it's going to make the fat on them appear a lot less than what it really is. Number 10, how often should I work out? Just depends on your goal. If you are just lifting for a healthy lifestyle or working out for a healthy lifestyle, doing cardio for a healthy lifestyle, you can get away with 3 times a week. If your goal is to lose weight, I would say keep it closer to 5 to 6 times a week. If you are I know some powerlifting routines keep it to like 3 days a week, at like a pull day, push day, and a leg day kind of thing. It all just depends on your goal. If you're trying to lose weight, like I said, I would try to keep it closer to that 6 days. That way you can give each body part its own day, so you can keep the workouts a lot smaller time, and then do cardio more often. But yeah, so those are the 10 most commonly asked questions that I get as a personal trainer and a massage therapist, and I'm pretty sure a lot of my personal trainer friends can agree with these top 10 questions. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer, that I didn't make this list, comment below, let me know what they are, and make another video on this.